What's cooking, folks? Vermillion Phoenix here, and today I'm jumping back into some more Orcs Must Die Unchained. This time we're going to be going into the stables at Eventide, which is 1/3 of the Eventide fortress, and we'll be using the usual trap setup. I have not had to upgrade anything yet, and so we're going to be using everything that we have before. Just mostly starting items with the exception of the brimstone. So this is going to be the Vegetable Amending, the Lion Guardian, Floor Spikes, and Barricaded Tier 4, Tier 3 Arrow Wall, Brimstone, and Tar, Tier 2 Concussive Pounder, and a Tier 1 Swinging Mace. You may have some slightly better level traps, and I'll talk a bit more about what you would want to use on this stage as we get inside. Alright, and I usually get a little bit of stutter when this map loads sometimes, so I like to give it a few seconds, but looks like we're okay here now. I'm going to drop the Lion Guardian here. This is pretty much the most important place to put anything on this map. If you have a standard Guardian, which everyone should, drop them there, and the other Guardian placements are really very much optional. Now, we're going to force the enemies to group up there with that Tar. I'm actually going to move this a little bit closer, and then we're going to place this up here. Now, we move that over so that we have the opportunity to have enemies get smacked by that Concussive Pounder, and then from there, just because enemies walking in the middle may have the opportunity to get themselves smacked again, we are going to do that. Now, I'm going to force the enemies to group up here so that my arrow walls will be able to do a bit more damage, and see how that goes. Now I'm gonna have to come back, and ultimately we'll want to arrow wall that, and there, and then place arrow walls all along the side. I would heavily recommend that you guys bring wall blades. Wall blades or wall shockers are wall chargers. I'm sorry, are both great, but anything that does burst damage, specifically with the situation with the wall chargers. Because they cause the enemies to erupt and deal damage to enemies around them, they're going to be the most superior choice. But wall blades are no slouches, so I guess they probably got stunned. Alright, that's going to make this a bit harder. Alright, we need to get these guys killed, mainly because they can do a lot of healing. Alright, and I think, oh, I did not. We're going to trigger that once. If you manage to shoot an enemy after they've bounced into the air, I think they take something like 4 times damage. Wow, I did not even see you there. Alright, he did not make it up those stairs. And for this guy, we light him up. Alright, and that's most of it. We're going to pop our Vegetable Amending here. And now you have a few more enemies coming. You do have the opportunity to just try to trap that area up, but for me, what I'm going to do is actually start trapping this area up, and because that shows up, you get to blow it up immediately. Now, probably asking why I came up here so early. You're going to have, well, the stage actually tries to bluff you into coming down here and fighting these guys again, which is fine. And now with those traps set up, they take just a bit more damage before they make it that far, and they're down. Now we can get back over here and start dealing with what we know to be a problem, and that's these crazy ice orcs. Okay, now if you're taking them out after they get towards the end there, you will get the most combo points. I'm gonna stun them and just let that fire, drop another one of those. That will knock a good amount of them back, and then give you a bit more time to take them out. I'm going to try to use the deflector a bit, and make sure you don't let any of the ice kobolds get through. If you do, you're going to have a really bad time. They'll probably touch your rift, and some that'll split and try to come from the back. Don't let them do it. It's bad for you. Just remember that. Alright, for the ones that have taken a bit less damage, just going to fire that off, then pew pew them down. So now we have nothing to do with that rear area. You can just mash Z if you've already come back here and started setting up traps. Just going to show you what I do here. So that's arrow walls and spikes. Those spikes will be walked over multiple times. Going to add some more spikes here, and we're going to sort of cascade our spikes back over these guys. Now the shield bearers won't make it too far. So let the spikes do the work. Combo these guys for your Unchained, actually, because they really don't have any way to crowd control me here. I'm just going to pop back here and Unchained. Getting these guys out of the way as soon as possible is super important for you, especially if you can fire on them while they have the kobolds near them. I'm going to grab in the Kisser because you know how much I love that extra damage. And then from here, we're going to start our Tar Brimstone checkerboard. And I'm going to just mash Z there so that the enemies start up again. That was a little bit off. And then we're going to arrow wall the crap out of this area. Now, we don't have a ton of money here at the moment, so it's pretty much what we'll have. And then we are going to step over here to where our Guardian began. And we're going to start defending this area again. Now, fire your in-your-faces into the center. If you don't have any, single target skills, feel free to just work your way from the front. We're going to Unchained again, just because that is the reason why we use TARs. I mean, they give you the opportunity to do that, and they work pretty well at it. Plus, you get to fire in your faces off very, very often. And now it's my goal to just not let any of these guys through. Alright, that worked out okay. Make sure that he doesn't get to do much. And while those guys are coming down here, I'm going to just feel free to grab this. And now we're going to arrow wall this up while we have a little bit of time. And make sure I'm actually on arrow walls. Alright, and then those are kobolds or fire fiends. Just don't let them through. And then the rest of their enemies will come through. Still have a bit of time, I think. Alright. And there we go. And that's it for them. Now we're going to finish up. Actually, I think we're just about done. Need one there. And we're going to place some arrow walls behind him. And that's it. Actually, no. It's not true at all. More spikes here because he'll hold them. Now, with us placing the traps there, puts us in prime condition to come and pop this rift. Just line up your shot, hit E, and there you go. I like the fact that Max can just use a single skill to take care of those. It leaves a lot of thinking about how much time you get to deal with that. You just line up your shot, take it, and you're good to go. Now, this is mostly fire fiends, and that's partially why we have so many of those brimstones up there. Now, they're about to swarm the crap out of our Guardian here. It's part of the reason why we place so many traps. If we can pop all of them with that, we're good. There's a few that managed to get around, and one big guy is going to take them out. Don't let the gnolls get the best of you. And then we should be good. I think I may wind up losing the Guardian here eventually, but shouldn't be before we actually get to get some really good use out of them. Okay, so the fire fiend here. What is this? Oh, another gnoll. Alright, so we don't care about that too much. Over here, let's see, we're going to want to actually finish this.
You'll never notice this.
Alright, and that's mostly what we want over here. Put another arrow wall there. Make sure this area is as dangerous as possible. And then we have a hero coming up near the Guardian. The hero will usually just run at your Guardian. If they're not particularly dangerous, just let the Guardian do his job. Obviously, he is very good at it. Fire over the shield trolls, hit the other dudes, grab So Beautiful It Hurts. That way when you stun them, you can get rid of them really easily. Alright, don't let the healer dude stay alive. It's very bad for you. And then Unchained, because if you have it, use it. We're going to use the... Ooh, actually knock him forward. Use that to sort of push the rest of these guys back, and just don't let them get around you. Alright, I think that's most of it. What are we looking at? We have about 6 minutes for the rest of this and 3 more waves. I think we're cutting it close. I probably should have pushed Z a bit earlier, but oh, this guy. Yeah, oh, 2 of them. Oh, they're both dead now. No problem. Alright, there's a few things that I want to do back over here, I believe. I wanted to grab that, definitely. Be aware that if you are fighting over here, yeah, I didn't put these up yet.
Twice, cut once.
You can shoot down the chandeliers to do additional damage to whoever happens to be coming through. I'm actually going to place one more of these, and it looks like they're starting you off with a bevy of enemies in the rear, so feel free to run over and soften them up. They are probably going to be all trolls. I just have a feeling about it. And if it's all trolls, that means this wave is also probably going to contain explosive archers. Not a fan of those guys at all. Just try not to get blown up. You should be okay otherwise. Oh, and they killed me. That's going to be very bad. I should be able to wait this out though. 3, 2, 1. Alright, let's do this. Alright, we got more ogres. Whoa. This guy. No thank you. Alright, and don't let those explode near your guardian, just because they do a lot of damage. These guys are mostly weakened. You can shoot them down. Alright, about 4 minutes. Let us bring more arrows. And actually...
They've summoned a boss minion.
Nah, I think that's good.
I'll never notice this.
Alright, the boss minion is coming from the bottom. And we have Max to deal with. So, our best bet at dealing with Max is going to be stunning him and then hitting him with a bolt, but we also need that versus Urza here. So, let's see what we can get. Urza's almost dead, which is awesome. Let's get him actually dead. And then, just if he happens to spawn any little fire dudes, do not let them hit you. They do a lot of damage. These guys are basically just going to keep running through and not bunch up very well, which is fine. You just want to make sure that they don't get past your guardian. Just trying to place my shots a little bit better there. And now we're going to go start dealing with these guys. So Max seems to be hanging back to soften these guys up from the trap damage, which is fine. We are actually... Oh, we got another one. Okay. Ooh. That was okay. And Max seems to be scattered throughout the litter there. Now I stopped shooting so that I didn't die. I'm going to hang around the corner, pop my vegetable of mending, and then shoot down the front of the orcs until he gets back over here. Alright, he tried to heal himself, which is cute. Alright, all I need is that. And he's done. Thank you. And grab Persistent. Persistent will help us get through this last 2 waves, or these last 2 waves, very quickly. So, let me see. It looks like they're starting at the front, so let's rush out there. Remember, it's always a good idea just to let the traps do what they can do. Although, because I don't think this area is trapped up quite as much as it could be, I'm going to drop some more spikes. And then we're going to run out here and see what we can do. Crap, and I missed that pickup. That would have helped a lot. Let's drop some boulders on him.
Please, stop up my account.
And I missed Max. That's all. Alright, let's see if we can change that. I'm going to pop the deflector. Oh, we got grenade knolls. Alright, we're Unchained. We can't afford to actually let them do anything. Max is right here. And he actually used the stunning bolt. That's... Whoa! Alright, we're going to have to actually revive this time. Because that guy's going to get through. Oh, have to hit B. And that was because Max's deflector. Wow. That just goes to show just how strong that skill is versus players. And I kind of like the fact that it is. Like, I don't think before the 1.6 update that it was nearly as dangerous. It was definitely dangerous, but not like, hey, if you hit me a couple of times, you'll actually kill yourself. Whoa. Alright, we're going to back up, and we're going to try to shoot the archers, because if they manage to get a shot on me, I'm going to have all kinds of problems. Going to heal up. And I really need these guys to die. I don't think... Yeah, I think we failed this one. Let's see. I have 1 minute to finish these waves off and no Unchained. No, I have 55 seconds. This boss is coming from here. Who is it? Oh, Swifty. Oh, never mind. We're good. Swifty's just gonna die. Do they have anything else coming up behind Swifty? If not, we might be able to finish this. I think this is all shield trolls. Okay. What are we looking at? 25 seconds? I think this is it. We're good.
Oh yeah, we're good.
Wow. Okay. And there we go. So that last wave looked very much like it was supposed to distract you. Like, I guess you weren't supposed to realize that it was Swifty if it was your first time through. But just taking out Swifty, if he's the lone thing coming from that area, it's pretty solid. The shield-bearing trolls are really just to waste your time. And there we had a good trap damage to player damage ratio. I did about a little bit more than half the damage that my traps did, which is solid. Like, very different than the situation in Storm Drain. Either way, let's go ahead and open these up while I have them. Looks like I got my daily chest. Alright, we got some floor spikes. Cursed ground. Healing well. Come on, give me something new. Flip traps, okay. And decoys. All commons. Alright, less likely to get something new from Master, but it's possible. Arrow walls. Wall blades. Ice vents, which I already had. And a part. Vanity plating. So, I haven't started making part videos yet, but just so you guys are aware, vanity plating is one of the few parts that I'm actually really excited about. I have 2 so far, and they go in a lot of different traps. What they do is they make the trap more expensive, but you automatically generate experience. Now, there's not a lot of info on like the actual experience required per level that I've been able to find so far, but what I know at the moment is that single player is 1500 experience for the first level. As you add players, it divides the experience that you need per level by the number of players in the game, and so with 3 players it's 500 for the first level. And basically, if you're playing with more people, you will actually level faster by doing things like combos, and because it's easier to combo, you can actually have the experience gain level or go up faster by playing with more people. Either way, once I actually get through the tutorial, I will be talking a lot more about parts, but that will also require that I pretty much max every trap that I have available, so that's going to require a bit of work too. Either way, thanks as always for watching, guys. I'm going to cut this here. If you have any questions about the video, about the map, about, just want to ask me anything, feel free to drop it in the comments beneath the description. I like to respond to you guys as soon as I'm able, and you'll see a lot of that on the videos that I've posted already. If there's anything you want to see, feel free to drop that there too. Like, I'm definitely a fan of, giving additional feedback on things that you guys want, or even showing you like alternate solutions to the maps if you have trouble with the ones that I've already created. But again, I'm starting to ramble. But thanks again as always. I sincerely appreciate you guys watching these, and I hope that they help you out. Until next time, guys, have a good one.